Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? As I have already mentioned in the last episode, I'm alone. Okay, cool. We're gonna put TNT in everyone's base. No, explosions aren't fun. The problem is that they might fire back. But as I have already mentioned in the last episode, today we only have a few things to do. One of them is going to be a kelp farm, and the other one is going to be the azalea trees. I'm out of redstone. It's going to be a very small vanilla kelp farm, and I think we need to center it with that guy. Each side is going to have 13 modules, so it's going to be 26 modules in total for kelp. So let us have our pistons. That is one too many. Observers on top. And that actually should already work. Let us give it a test. Ooh.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I hear note blocks.
Yes.
Things working?
Yes, that's a melon and pumpkin farm. Something much more fun to show you. Come.
Okay.
The horse is not gonna fit.
Okay, do you have a fence here? Tie him up?
Yeah, I have a horse, which is tied up to a fence. Do you need an extra personal fence?
It's okay. It should work on the same one, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it should. I'm digging a mine shaft.
Okay.
Yes, you always get the eggs.
Manually?
No, I'm going to use a tunnel bore.
I see.
Come.
So I recently had an incident. It was not my fault. We're gonna blame Extra Cool Cap.
Why?
Because mine broke.
Press
or he
the
broke
button.
it, rather. More accurately. Okay. Press the button.
This is fun.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, it's
I love
extremely fast. You're
Wait,
floating
how
for
you-
me. I fell down.
Yeah, you're floating for me.
How did this happen? We're gonna squish him to death.
Here he comes, I think.
No, I think it's
Yeah,
a
I just got the
one-person thing.
achievement.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, I got all your stuff here.
Oh, thank God. Where are you?
I'm here. I'm right in front of you.
Oh, okay. Be very careful. There's lava somewhere. Very close.
Totally safe operation you're running here.
Yes, very safe. It was safe. I don't know what happened. I actually
Is
tested
that
it
everything?
like 50 times.
I don't know. It might have just been because we were both in it. I'm not sure.
Okay, this time you take the elevator. I take the stairs.
I'm still on 0 deaths, by the way. I do not want the first.
I have 9.
Who's counting though, right? Who's counting?
You have a counter there. No, there's a staircase. It just goes around the shaft.
Okay.
It's an amazing piece of art.
I love the elevator, by the way. It's awesome. Man, this is a long way down.
Yeah, I dug it all down. I should be careful not to fall down.
I'm a bit nervous here, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's horrible. And I don't have any rails.
So you're using windmills for this, right?
Yeah, I saw your
Yeah.
windmill and I was like, I'm not using anything else. Ever. Do you have burgers? Oh, nice. When can we start purchasing them?
Very soon. Yeah, what were you testing when I...
I am trying to make a kelp farm. But I think first
With
we should
create
take a nap.
or-
No, it's vanilla. This is going to be the last block I need before I start making my base. Oh, I have to make this longer. I won't.
Are you going to make it out of kelp blocks? Is that what you're saying? Or
Yep.
do you need it for just the belts?
No, for the blocks. Also, I do use a lot of furnaces for experience. And then I die and lose all of them. I had 40-something levels.
I was about to say, you just lost all your levels again.
Do you need melons?
Not really, no. Not at the moment.
Please want some? A few thousand?
Oh, what? This is like 5,000 melons?
Yeah, I think this can hold 10,000 or something.
If I remember right, it's 20 stacks per block, per item vault. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a lot.
that makes it much simpler to calculate.
Yeah, I think that's default configs, and we haven't changed any configs here, so...
Can you make it like 2 billion stacks per vault? It would be much
No.
cheaper for us. Nobody has to know.
I'm looking for a desert, actually. Do you know of any deserts?
And then to its north, there is a huge desert. And you might find a giant pit.
Oh, you were collecting sand, and that's exactly what I'm going for.
Okay, then you can use the same pit.
I'm also after a cactus, so hopefully we can get that as well.
Have you noticed you're taking
wait,
away
I'm-
my horse?
I meant to tie him back up.
Oh no, it's okay. I got him.
Sorry for the death. It wasn't my fault.
No, it was very fun. Finally, somebody
Alright.
saw it. Bye-bye.
Alright, see you later.
Bye. Good thing that Mr. Threefold came, because we realized this is wrong. I mean, it could be, I think it could be 15 blocks instead of 13. I'm not gonna complain. If you want to make a kelp farm, make sure you have enough buckets. With just the one, it takes ages. Oh, we have 2 more. So we're just gonna place down a water source on top of the observer like so. And of course, when the kelp grows, it's going to convert everything into a water source block. And voila, I just have to fill in the water sources and then we're done. Hopefully. This farm uses pistons. This farm uses pistons. So I always get confused. But it seems to work. Yep. Also, the fertile soil does have a huge effect. Well, we have 56 on us. How many did we get? 20-ish? Cool. Then we're good. We just need to do a few things. I always have eggs on me. I feel like a peasant. So as usual, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have 2 chutes. They go inside the stupid barrel. And then I need to start processing them, meaning that we have to cook it first. Hence we are going to have a campfire, we're going to have an encased fan, a rotational speed controller, which is going to be slightly painful to set up, but this should work. The encased fan itself does not require the speed controller. The speed controller is for something else. I will show you later after we're done with the fire. Let us set this to, I don't know, 128. Honestly speaking, I'm not sure if water wheels are gonna cut it, but we will see. And this is what I was a bit worried about. This is why we have a gear shift. Now it's going the correct way. Now that the fan is working, we should be able to have a funnel. You shall be ranged. The kelp is going to be cooked. Come on, maybe I should have more fans. Maybe not. Down here we're going to have a smart chute because you can set a filter for it. Because we don't want the actual kelp, we just want the cooked version. For the moment I think we should be able to have a chest, so that items don't go everywhere. And here is the part that I needed the rotational speed controller, because what we need to do is that we're going to have a basin, a hopper going into that, and a press, and a mess. So how do we connect you to you? Actually, that's easy. I'm never ever going to come down here, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be janky, meaning that something like this is not gonna work. It's fine, we have to reduce the speed by just a bit. 112 seems to be fine. That gives us the kelp blocks. I guess the final thing that I have to do is to put it in some sort of a vault. It's very difficult to get in and out of here, so I had to improvise based on the items on me, but everything seems to work. And that is a vault, and we do have dried kelp blocks. Perfection at its finest. It's just that never ever ask me how everything works, because I have no idea. All I know is that it does seem to work. Where are your friends? You don't have any. Come, I'm gonna help you. This is called a bamboo. 2 bamboos give you a stick. I'm gonna punch you to death with that. And I don't really care how long it takes. You're going to be tormented forever. Jerk. I was AFK for a while. We have 80 dried kelp. It's not great, but we're on a server, so it should build up over time. I think our final automation for today is just going to be the tree farm. It's semi-automatic actually. Allow me to show you. Oh, this is full. Finally, I just called it automatic, but you have to plant the saplings for the moment and, you know, bone meal them. But if I flick the lever, very slowly we're going to harvest them. Amazing. Yeah, sometimes they do that. I might need to make the saw a bit chunkier, but let me try to make it less manual and I'll be right back. Why, Mr. Birch? You know, I actually do hate birch trees, and then when I was trying to mark my mine shaft, look what I used. Do you see that giant birch tower over there? That is it. I haven't really tested this yet, but let us see if it works. Okay, that's fine. That one is not growing. The spacing with these guys is terrible, but the saw is chopping them down at an incredible speed. You missed that one. Why do you keep missing that one? Are you short? You just stop for some... Oh, I know. What if we put the delay to 3 seconds? Because I think that is the last block. 4 seconds? Or, you know, we can just bring it 1 block closer. Or make the stupid piston 1 block longer. For some reason I think it lost the pole. But we try this again? Oh, come on. Yeah, it's losing a pole. Also, I don't really understand these leaves because they have no logs. Why are you there? Anyways, ignore the last one. 2 trees is more than enough if it's fast enough. You eat the bone meal. Grow. Finally. Oh, this is also one of the ones that I like. Rose. Chop it down. Thank you. It is it to only 1 tree. A very slight change of plans. We're just going to have 2 saplings. And instead of having a sequential gear shift, we're just going to have a gear shift. Because I think that works a bit better. So let us grow the saplings. That part works. The spacing seems to be fine. Perfect. Now if I flick the lever, you should harvest everything. Please. Good and very good. Come back. I brought it back too soon. Also, I don't really know what to do about the leaves. They take a very long time to decay. But again, remember, this is just for decoration, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, not the farm itself, the blocks. Also, the reason that all levers are kind of like everywhere, all over the place, is that later on I have to make structures for every single farm that we have. When you're not recording, it almost leaves nothing. It just wants to make me look bad. Yeah, they instantly grew. You see? Nothing is left. Finally, we have every single block that we need in order to build our base, so let us start building. Except for one of them, but that's actually not going to be a huge deal. If I find my wrench. And that one might sound very stupid, but it's going to be blocks of brass. We don't have immersive engineering, so brass it is. Besides, it's relatively cheap, I think. Yeah, and it's also decently fast. I forgot we also need some wood. And yes, this is going to be enough. How far does it go? First things first, we're going to get rid of the andesite casing. I'll pick them up, don't you worry. We're going to switch it with brass. Nice. For the trim, we're going to use brass blocks, and that looks garbage. Actually, before we continue, Threefold just released his 3rd episode and I noticed he needs a name tag. And yes, he's asking for a price. So we're going to give him a very fair price. Melons. Yeah. 26 stacks. I think one of the first things that we have to do today is to make a path, because there's a direct line between me and Threefold's base, and well, this is the problem. There is a hill, and then there are holes, and I have eggs. Come on. It's a lovely thing that he has fences. He's gonna love this. So wait a minute. You can have a crate piston. You can put a barrel in front of it. You can attach a sign to that barrel. And you know, fill in the barrel. And the piston moves everything? Oh. So I was looking at the piston and it seems there is something called a mechanical bearing. And if you rotate it... Damn. Why doesn't it connect? Maybe I did it wrong. Okay, this is called a mess. But let me try this one more time. And this time, try not to mess it up. It worked. Zombie died. So now my question is, how do we tell it to rotate by 180 degrees? You can use a sequenced gear shift. How do we give you power? For the moment, it does not have to be something super amazing. I just want to know if it works. So if I flick the lever, you're gonna turn 180 degrees. It's very slow, I know. I'm just worried the signs are going to be upside down. No, everything is fine. We can double our storage. This turned out to be a very fun project. Unfortunately, I cannot do it with the barrels over here because the mob farm is up there. But basically, this is a contraption composed of 10 barrels. And what we want to be able to do is that with a flick of a button, it will just go up or down. In this way, I would be able to access more storage. Unfortunately, the problem is hooking up everything together. You see, the thing is, I need to have access to those barrels over there. So I guess we have to go a bit more lower. Oh, iron. We take it. Since Create came out, I always wanted to have a self-evolving base. This is not a great piece of evolution, but it's a good start. So I'm lazy to make food. I hope Mr. Threefold opens the burger shop. Well, actually, it's not that difficult, and besides, these are pistons, so they don't take that much thrust capacity. That is my hope, and this is Create. Anything can go wrong. For example, getting out of here. Okay. Better. Another thing is that each of the sequenced gear shift requires one redstone link, obviously because they have to be controlled independently and also on receive mode. I will set the frequencies, don't you worry. I also really need to have a trash can. I throw garbage down and then I pick them up. Let us program one of them and see how it works. It is a piston. We want 3 meters. We want you to wait for another pulse and then get back 3 meters. I don't know. Don't break my base. It did not. Do you know why? It's the other way. Now we should be good. Wow, amazing. How did I do this? I have just set up the frequency for this storage. Let us see if it works. Amazing. I was not expecting that. The main problem is that we can't really stack them more because, you know, I need to cover it with a roof later on. So it is the next day and you might notice we have a small expansion to our base. First things first, this is just amazing. I love this storage system. You know, I can just have the woods here. Whenever I want stone, I can just press the button. I will get stone. Of course, same with everyone else. And yes, we do have blocks of diamond, but we don't really want to show off. So we have mangrove trapdoors. The composters that you see are not just for decoration. They actually hold torches. A bit of light gets through them. I didn't want to use torches inside the base, so you know, we're hiding everything. We do have a few haunted bells so that we would know wherever it's dark. I wanted to have a very small green corridor with windows so that I can look out, and this place was supposed to be my bedroom, but we are going to convert it into a kitchen. And of course later on we're going to have an elevator for the basement. Down here I'm thinking we're going to have storage for bulk items, like cobblestone. Anyways, today we're just going to finish the interior of the first floor, then we move on to the basement, maybe next episode. I get bored if I focus on something too long. It's also nice to have some plants. And let me try to get some kitchen material. So obviously we are going to need our cutting board. Like so. And you know, I'm not a person to show off, so we cover it. A few smokers just in case. Oh, and there is a berry jam jar. That looks nice. I assume a bit of snacks is not a bad idea. You know, some pies. We also have a kitchen counter. I remembered we should be able to make candles, and I didn't know that they're going to break like that. There is also a dining bench. Oh, this is a bench, not dining table. I was wondering why it's so small. It's fine. We put the shepherd's pie over there. And I think it's a teeny tiny bit dark, so let us light it up. Yeah, I like the kitchen. It's cozy. Besides, people can watch me cook. And don't ask me why we have a wandering trader's head. Well, actually, the answer to that is incredibly simple. We didn't have a villager's head. Maybe we can. There is only one way to find out. Actually, there is something that I always wanted to do. Name the stupid horse. Amazing. Can you name the horse? Okay, I never tried it. He was unemployed. Also, if Mr. Threefold got suspicious, we just tell him that we cheated Bonin. Another very important thing is that there is no footage of me doing that, so it never happened. Yes. Much better. And I guess I can also put you back. I'm not exactly sure, but I think for today, we're done with the base. But that does not mean that we're totally done. We're gonna try something. As I have already mentioned, I really want to try and make some sort of a tunnel bore, and here's what we're going to do. Not like that. We are going to keep it semi-manual and extremely simple. Why? That is a very good question. Last time Mr. Threefold told me that his contraption broke. This is Create and I have a similar experience. Every contraption that I have ever made breaks over time. I don't know if it has something to do with chunk borders, the game or the mod or whatever. So we're just gonna keep it simple and nice. So that if it breaks, I don't cry to death. But let us try everything first. Are you assembled? Well, you are assembled. Do you move? Yes. Perfection at its finest. We can pick it up. Oh, and how wide are you? Okay. 11 blocks. Wait a minute. That thing is stuck. I think I forgot to glue that one. We're going to place you down, deactivate it, and make sure to glue it. Oh, come on. What's wrong with you? Oh, it's that one. Please be fine. Thank you. So I have grabbed a few gizmos. Let us go to our mine shaft and see how this thing works. Please don't kill me again. Yeah, my connection is fine. We should survive. We're good. The reason that I'm calling it simple is this. I have to dig a tunnel, I have to place down the rails, and then this guy is just going to widen it for us. Which I just realized I voided some barrels. Oh, it replaces them. We're good then. Are you mining? It was just stuck. Also, it's a bit important that we do this manually a bit because just straight ahead, there's a deep dark biome and there was a shrieker. But this is actually fine by me. It's fast. Gravel does not seem to stop that. That is great. Because there was gravel in front of it. Yeah, you can actually see it falling. Yeah, mine is the gravel, everything else is fine. Mining like this is super fun. That way is a deep dark, so we're digging this way. And I do have a feeling I'm filthy rich. You give me experience? Ooh, lava. Lava seems to be fine. Also, I kind of figured maybe you don't really need powered rails. You just need a rail. I didn't know that. It's just that everywhere you go, there's Skulk. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm scared. If you guys remember, in all the mods 8, the Warden was a challenge, and we had a super crazy OP sword. I don't even want to know how he looks like in vanilla. Almost mined all the exposed ores, and let us see what we got. I'm very curious. Well, we got 106 diamonds, a few zinc, redstone, and, well, I'm not gonna complain. Besides, I can move this to any level that I want. It happened again. Oh, we're at spawn. When did I break my bed? Well, I used an ender pearl, and... where's my bed? And also this time we're walking. The worst part of me dying is not recovering my items, it's getting back to home. Because I always have to walk from spawn. And you don't believe this, but this is actually a very long journey, so by the time I get home, I only have 3 bars of saturation. Yeah, you see? We just reached Mr. Threefold's base. And this is our old cave. I'm just going to leave some food for the next time. And maybe a bed. Oh, and just in case, ender pearls. And now that I'm thinking, what if somebody comes and takes my food? Yes. Clean and neat. I even went up ahead and made an entrance, which has to be fixed, I know. We're going to have a proper entrance, and it's going to be amazing. You might think this was a very huge investment, but you should remember, 10 times. Now people can read this. We just have to wait for the copper to oxidize. I also brought some moss. Just before we wrap up, there is one more thing that I want to do. Let's breed a few bees first, because all of them are out. Let me go, you jerks. So we don't really need that much honeycomb. What we need to do is that we need to configure some of these guys to provide us with honey. It's actually an incredibly quick fix, and I think all we need is a faucet and maybe a tank. Oh, faucets are cheap. Ish. You do everything, and then they require a stick. Why would you need a stick for a faucet? But generally speaking, most of you guys already know how this works. You can put a faucet next to a beehive. There's also a jar, and you just open it, and you get honey. It can be any tank. It can also be items, but hoppers do the same. Anyways, we're going to make a creative tank. That's not an option. We make... oh my goodness. Fine, we can afford a few copper sheets. The problem is that I'm not exactly sure which of the beehives have bees inside them, so we're just gonna do the random ones. In the center. Oh, you don't connect. You're the worst. Well, it's fine. We can have a jar, and I guess I can extract from a jar into a tank. No. Well, the jar is a container, so I should be able to pump it out. Let's try to make a pipe. The solution was actually much more simpler than I was expecting. You don't need to use supplementaries or a faucet, because Create does everything on its own. You can just attach a pipe into a beehive and, pump it out. I had no idea. Do you have some cobblestone to sell to me? How much do you need? Well, let us go and check. Oh yeah, we have plenty. Actually, that reminds me, very soon we have to start making a cobble work. To process sand, gravel, maybe make some iron, maybe make some gold. I don't know. We will see. Huh?
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi. You're here.
I'm on the 2nd floor of my house.
Oh.
Ah.
It's not very horse friendly. You look fancy. There you go. Finest cobblestone. Would you like to check out my elevator without the totem? It's very safe.
Without the totem. How deep down does it go? Just a curiosity.
150 blocks.
A feather falling 4 lets you survive 100 blocks, so 150 is just a little bit too far.
I had no idea. I should get feather falling 4. We're doing scientific experiments. You missed.
You moved.
Oh, it does damage. Yeah,
So it
I'm
does.
down to 5 hearts.
I was too busy looking at your beautiful eyes. Mesmerizing.
Mesmerizing, yes, yes. I am finally back. We have a pump, we have a water wheel, and we do have a rotational speed controller, and obviously, we have honey. I have to tweak this later on so that we would be able to make the actual honey blocks. They do look nice. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.